Morning. Right, so back at it. Yesterday obviously we had the major water leak from the coolant system, but when I was watching the video back, I think it's coming from the top hose. It was quite a big hose anyway, and when I'm watching it back, there's a puddle appearing on the top of the casing, so I think it's actually running down the side of the casing and therefore spilling out. So obviously I've got the dowels missing. So this morning I've been out here already. Obviously, you know, I've got loads of parts and stuff, and I've just opened up a box of engine casings, which I need to get on eBay. And guess what? There's a water pump. Sorry, there's a CR, I think it possibly a 125 casing in here with dowels for a water pump. So we're going to rob them. This stuff, look at it. I've just got boxes and boxes of stuff. Half of it is brand new. Mirrors, indicators, loads of different indicators, some nice chrome custom. I must take this inside and it's just never having the time, always doing something. Nice chrome mirrors, look at this stuff. This is just one of the boxes. I've got stacks of the stuff here. Okay, so the size we're looking for is 8 by 14. Let's zero this off. So that's 8. That'll be the same. Stick them out, see if they're 14, and we're good to go. Okay, so they're 8. Bingo, 8 by 14, perfect. We'll clean these up on the wire wheel, and then we're going to take that water pump casing off and get to it. Okay, so we had the disaster yesterday. But I'm now hoping these dowels fit perfectly in there. And I'll go with a little tap. Let's clean all this water up. Okay. She goes. So I'm pretty sure yesterday this was the culprit, I'm hoping. So from that casing that I stole these clips from, there's a hose on there, so I'm going to take this one off. Hopefully if it's big enough, swap it over. Tip a little bit more coolant in and we'll try again. take these off. loose as well. Could have come from there, could have come from there, could have come from anywhere really. Definitely need some new hose clips. This is bad, this one. Smaller than that. Done that one. That's so loose. That was so loose. I'm sure that's where it was coming from yesterday. But we'll try again and we'll find out. It needs to be a bit longer. So that one. That one's on. Put that over there. Yeah, that's better. Let's try. Still already secured. That's a bigger one. If I know it's not, it's right. Showing up my head. this small one. This one I'm not convinced about. Plan B. No. We're on the leak again. Okay, this time it's not coming from there. Definitely coming from this seal. From the top part. So definitely a leak there. It's not the hoses this time. It's coming out the top of that seal. That's a shitter. Yeah, that's... The radiator's not leaking anyway, it's just this water pump housing. For a minute there I thought we were alright, I thought it was holding. That's annoying. Okay, so it seems to be leaking from the top here, but if you have a look, this is a bit rough. And also, I've got some overspray when painted the casings. So I'm just gonna very gently see if I can, yeah, there's a bit of a lip there. Rub that back, that could just be the issue. There is a bit of a lip there, I can feel it. So hopefully if I do that, we'll be all right. Let's have a go. I've got to be honest here, guys. I think this was actually me rushing to try and get this done a bit too quick. So I've just taken the excess spray off of the inside of the water pump casing, but look at this. This is piss poor preparation by me. My bad. Always clean off the old gasket before you shove the new one on top. I didn't even look. And you can see it's never going to seal. I need to clean all that off. Silly, silly boy. My bad. Okay, so cleaned off the old gasket, but to make sure this is smooth, flat surface, got a work surface here, a bit of emery paper, and just flat circular motions. That's all clean there, that's good there. A bit of blackness there, but I think that's all right, to be fair. I'll do a little bit more, and that's it. Okay, that'll do us. Let's wipe this over, put it back on. Okay, so I've put that back on, rub the sides down. Hopefully now, those of you that do any bike work or restorations or anything, you'll know full well that sometimes you have to do things 2, 3, 4, 5 times until you actually get it right. For me, it's even worse because I've never done this before, so it's a big learning curve for me. So yeah, here goes nothing. I'll stand this side so you can see. There's some stuff. Right, let's just see if we get a leak from somewhere else this time. This is why I use some coolant that I've just got hanging about. Just a little bit for a minute. Oh, I saw a drip. Okay, so I'll just tighten those nuts up a little bit more. Let's put a bit more fluid in, see what happens. Well, another one coming from where's that fucking coming from? Head gasket. Okay, so I'm rather deflated now. After all this, filling up the water and it's leaking from the head. And I've just gone round, just tried to quickly torque the head bolts. And for some reason, I think I'm going to take this head off because it's coming out from, as you can see, this might go around the other side. Sorry, camera. Oh, let's go around the other side. It's coming out of the head here. Clean that. See? That tells me I've got a bad gasket or seal or whatever's going on at the top there. So let's take all this water out again. It looks like we've got to take the head off. Shit. This bike is becoming never-ending issues. Okay, so I've just done all the head bolts. Ooh. Let's see what we've got going on under it. What is that gap there? Surely that's not supposed to be a gap. See that? Because that's just no gasket on the back whatsoever. Nah, that can't be right. That cannot be right. That looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, so I've just got the new gasket set out that I've got, and it does actually look exactly the same, but I've never done this before. But I'm pretty sure, if I can get this off whilst holding the camera without breaking it. Right, when I look at that, and I look at that, yeah, okay, I can see what he's done, but I reckon it should be like that. No gap at the back. Everything fits correctly at the front. And then it wouldn't leak, would it? And then we've got the hole there for the water. What a knob. Jesus Christ. Like I say, I never rebuilt this engine, but it's becoming apparent that whoever did either rushed the last part, or I don't know, missing parts, wrong parts, gaskets on the wrong way around. But we're slowly getting there. Sorry guys, this weekend is yet another, well, I'll say fail, but at least I know what the crack is now. I know what's going on and I know why. I think we've hopefully eliminated the water pump leak. It didn't seem to be dripping afterwards after I tightened the bolts up. This hose was still dripping, but now I'm wondering whether it wasn't that, whether it was this running down the head, as you can see, running down there to that. Okay, so I think that's about me done this weekend. I'm going in for a coffee. I can't go much further. I say, you know, I could put the exhaust on, but what's the point? I've got to put the head back on. I've got a brake lever to sort out. I've got no pin in there, but I have found another one in my box again. Got a shed load of stuff to still crack on and do. I'm halfway through my gas. Looking at the wiring on my gas currently. That's in bits, but I'm making some progress with that. Now at least we have an ignition. But I thought whilst that's in bits, I'll have a look at the indicators, because it's a road legal bike. I know you don't need indicators or lights for daytime MOT, but they're on there, so I might as well wire them up. So that's in progress as well. But yeah. Okay, so I've cleaned these threads up a little bit. Now we know which way around the gasket is supposed to go. We'll put the gasket back on, see if we can get these bolts torqued back up. See, that fits. dropped one. Okay, let's go to 50. I think we're there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now the head gasket's on correctly, everything's on. Let's put some coolant in it again, see what leaks we get today. Will we get any, will we get none? Fingers crossed. Oh God. Drips. So far I don't have any leaks. Okay, we've got fluid in up to the top of the rad. I guess once it runs it will hopefully bleed through the system. Everything's in, I've got no drips, no leaks. So I think we'll try and get the exhaust on because it's bloody loud without it. Give it a kick, hopefully get it running again, and see what happens to the oil and the water. Let it heat up for a little while, and yeah, generally see what happens. So let's get this exhaust pipe on. Okay, so I've just stuck this on. I've had to cable tie that. I can't find out where the spring goes for the exhaust. This is purely just thrown on for now. There's my sockets. So I'm going to take the side panel off. Put a bolt through there just to hold that for now. Just to hold it on. Could nut it, but Maybe I will. Okay, cap. There's some fuel in the bottle, and let's see if she starts again. Okay, so everything's on as it should be. Let's prime the carb up. Some fuel in here. Spark cap's on, electric's on, hose is on. Fire her up and see if we get any leaks. I'll turn the petrol off for a minute, just in case. But, let's see if she wants to start this morning. Some primes. Some water coming out the radiator overflow pipe, and that's fine. That level gone down a bit. No, it's still there. Okay. Let's run her again. Let's get that tick over. Wind that out a little bit if we can. anything here? No, it could have been the old stuff that was there because I didn't actually dry it up. Let's have a look. There's something coming from there again. Is it a hose? But generally, happy with that. Sorry, I'm blocking you again. Pipes are warm. Rads are warm. Both sides. Fluids at the top. So it feels like the water pump's working. Nice. Okay, so we've now got the exhaust spring hanger brackets, OEM. Like everything, expensive just for that piece of metal. And I believe one goes there, and the other one, the other side up there. So let's get these on, and then we're going to mount the exhaust on properly. Okay, so the bracket's now on, springs on, exhaust's on, bracket there, onto the back there. So now I'm going to put on the chain. So I've had this one for a while. Bought for a CR250, I think, quite a while ago. Brand new, so now it's time to put this one on. Okay, so the chain's on now. It's really starting to come together and look like a bike finally. It's just catching on that mud flap there. I'll just take that up, but yeah. We're getting there, we're getting there. She's so damn close. Okay, so there's a few things left to do, but I did have another master cylinder I found, cleaned it all up, put it down somewhere safe, as we do. No idea where that's gone whatsoever. So I'm still looking for that. The chain is now on. The exhaust is on. I'm waiting on the rubber connector, whatever you want to call it, there. That's on order, that's coming, but I'll put the exhaust on for now. Not much more I can do until I find this master cylinder. So I thought I'm going to put the tank on, put some 20-to-1 mix in it, weed it out the workshop, and I think we'll run it and give it a heat cycle. I might also put the rear fender on so it'll look a little bit better. I won't put the side panel on yet because, like I say, that's gonna have to come off. The exhaust is gonna have to come off here when I get that bush anyway, although it will look nice. Yeah, so let's just throw this on. Fuel line on, and then yeah, I've got a Maya rear fender. I do have an OEM one somewhere as well, but I don't think it's the best condition, whereas the Maya one does look nice, although the other panels are already OEM. Let me have a quick look, see if I can find the OEM one. Okay, so I found the OEM one. What do we got? Z113, I believe, is the code on it. I think that's the OEM one, but to be honest, we got holes, we got splits in the ends, holes in the sides. Male one just looks cleaner. This will go with a bike for sale, but I'm going to put the male one on. Just going to make it look a little bit more aesthetically nice, if that's the word. get some nuts and bolts, we'll put that on there. It's coming together though. You can imagine that. With that. Oh, there's the washers and the side panel. It's gonna look, it's up here, isn't it? Side panel. It's gonna look nice. It's gonna look good. So I need some fuel, 20 to 1 mix. Wheel this out. We can check with the tank leaks obviously while we're doing this. We do have the tank shrouds as well. That's this side. Yeah, that's this side. Where's the other one? So I've got these. So yeah, it'll all button up and it'll all be nice. But we're so, I keep saying this, we're so close now, but anyway, let me get this on and get some fuel, mix it up, wheel her out, and let's need to check whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes for the first heat cycle. And you never know, with any luck the master cylinder might turn up. I also need a rear brake pedal before I can do anything else down there. Thought I had one. Well, I've got 2, but they're the wrong ones. So again, my friend in the Netherlands has got one, 55 euros. So I'll be purchasing that and getting that. And then it's done. That's it, but I'm really desperate. I want to get this heat cycle done today and see if we have any problems. Make sure the tap's working all right. Yep. Tap is fine. Okay. 5 litres in there. Hey guys, so a couple of heat cycles done now. Starts and runs fine. Need to get hold of that brake lever, do the brake stay, put the clutch master cylinder, swap that over, check all the nuts and bolts, and she's done. So hopefully there'll be one more video after this. One more, promise, that's it on this one. Where I'll just put the last final bits in when they come in. I'm not going to do it on this video because it's just going to take it longer and longer, and people are going to get bored and not want to watch over an hour's worth of video. So when they come in, I'll make another video, I'll put those on, we'll bolt it all together, run it again, and hopefully we can take it out and actually ride it, and that'll be the end of this one. Then she's up and available for sale. So one more week left. 21st, this next Sunday, 21st of December, I'm doing the draw live 8 PM for the Suzuki RM500. Now currently I've got nowhere near enough tickets sold to run this bike, which is really a shame. Gutted, to be honest. Don't understand why the tickets haven't sold that well. Maybe it's the bike thing, maybe it's the time of year. Mind you, it's been running for over a year now, or about a year, so I know everybody's strapped for money, but 10 quid and you could have won that bike, worth a minimum of what, 6k now in these current markets. It cost me a lot more than that, I can tell you, but it is what it is. If these tickets don't sell, then the draw, like I said, will go ahead. It will be the Husqvarna XC430 project bike that does run. She needs a little bit of work, but at the end of the day, somebody's still going to win a bike that runs for 10 quid. So yeah, annoying, but it's the last week. If you want to get your tickets, buy them now. £10 on my website, www.widowmakertrader.co.uk. You can buy straight from the site now. No external links, it's dead easy. Got loads of keyrings still available, mugs, t-shirts, but just if you want that entry, just 10 quid, get in. You could win the Suzuki RM500 next Sunday if I sell enough tickets, or if not, you can win the Husqvarna XC430. Somebody's got to win. A bike is going on Sunday, 8 PM. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to the channel, spread the word. Let's get some more tickets sold. 1 week to go for Christmas. Somebody's going to win a bike. So thanks guys for staying with me, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye for now.
What's your favorite smell?
Two-stroke. Fucking baby.